Hey everyone, and welcome to our dumbbells class. Hopefully you can see me, and hopefully you guys had a great long weekend. Today we're going to go through a variable grip and stance workout. So we're going to do 6 exercises, and we're going to go through 3 different variations. So each set we're going to do a different variation. So it'll be a little bit different, show you guys a little bit of a different style or a different way to do your exercises. So the 3 exercises or 6 exercises we're going to do are squats, rows, deadlifts, chest press, calf raises, and bicep curls. And hey Kelly, how are you? Before we get going into the workout, let's get started in a bit of a warm-up. So I'll just get our timer going here. So we're going to start with leg swings. So if you can find yourself a wall, we're going to start doing some leg swings. So just forward and back like this. Nice and gentle, just warming up our hips. Getting our hamstrings and quads involved here. And let's switch sides. So forward and back. Good job. And next one we're going to do is high knees. So we can start with marching. And then if you want to get your heart rate going, you can go into more of a running stance. So bring your knees up nice and high, up around your hips. Stay nice and tall. Try not to lean back while you're doing it. So you should stay tall. Driving your knees up and down, up and down, up and down. Good job. Next one, we're going to do a lunge with a torso twist. So you're going to lunge forward, rotate, step back, switch legs, forward, back, switch legs. Good job. So just keeping this up. Okay, good. A little bit of hip flexibility here. And then just waking up our spine and core. Good. Good. All right. Next one we're going to do is a hop around the box. So you're going to hop like this, jump to the side, jump back, jump to the side. So hop, jump, 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 jump. Good job. And next one we're going to go into is a half kneel with a side bend. So on one knee, and then just drop your hand to the ground, other hand to the sky. And let's switch sides. And our last one is going to be a punch combination. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook, uppercut, cut. So jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Now I'm going to try it with my opposite hand. So jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Whew, that's hard to coordinate. All right, so catch your breath real quick, and we'll get into our dumbbell workout. So first one we're going to do is squats. So grab a set of dumbbells to do your squat. You can choose your reps. And so the 3 variations we're going to do is a normal stance squat. So feet about hip width apart, drop down, come back up. Second round, we're going to go wide, toes pointed out. And then third round, we're going to go narrow. So feet basically together and drop down and do it that way. So you can either go 1 dumbbell, which is what I'm going to do, or you can go 2 in your hands. Just depends on what you have available to you. So let's get going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So standard stance to start. So feet hip width, drop down, come up, drop down, come up, drop down, come up. I'm going to do 10 reps like normal. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And we're going to take the minute to recover, and then we'll get back into it. So second round, wide stance. So first round, when we call standard or neutral, we're using our quads, using our hamstrings, glutes, and our calves a bit. Now when we go into a wide stance with our toes out, we're going to get a lot more into our lateral parts of our quads and a lot more into our groin. So I'll show you a side profile here. 3, 2, 1, go. So nice and wide, toes pointed out, drop down, come up. See how I'm nice and tall? I'll stay tall through your torso. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the last one's a narrow one. So when we go narrow, we're going to get our glutes more involved. It's going to be a lot heavier on our quads as well. And our groin doesn't do much work now. So it's just, again, just changing up. When we talk about variations with our stances, one's not harder than the other per se. It's just it overloads one muscle group a little bit more than the other. So let's get into our narrow stance. So I'll face the camera this time and drop. So I'm keeping my knees together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we're going to do rows next. So I'm going to grab my bench. If you don't have a bench, you can do them standing up. And for this, I'm going to fix the camera because it'll show off a little bit better. So for the rows, standard is going to be a little bit out on a 45 with your elbow. Then we're going to go elbow tucked, and then we're going to go elbow at a 45. So get ready. We're going to be going in 3, 2, 1, go. So about a 45 to start. Choose your reps. I'm doing 10 again, and we're going to get both arms in here in a set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just like with the squats, just changing our grips now with the upper body is going to change which muscle groups we kind of focus on a bit more. So as we tuck in a bit more, you're going to use your biceps more, and you're going to use your rhomboids. When we go out, we're going to use our biceps a little less. We're going to use our rear delts more, and we're going to use our traps a bit more. So let's go for round 2. So elbows tuck this time. So tuck in, drive up, keep them. Nothing should move other than your arm when you're doing this. And if you can, work on your breathing. So every time you pull up, you're exhaling. Every time you come down, you're inhaling. 2, 3, 4. Nice flat back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that one's generally the easiest one because you can use the biggest muscle groups. As we go to the elbow at 90 or close to, you're going to notice it's going to be a lot harder because we're using a lot smaller, weaker muscle groups. And especially we tend to be a bit more biceps dominant and you won't be able to use them very much. So, round 3. 90, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching sides for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So I'm going to get the bench out of the way, and we're going to go into our deadlifts for our next round. So same thing as the squats. You can either use a single one, or you can use 2 dumbbells. Again, just depends on what weights you have. And we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the squats. So we're going to start feet width apart. I'm going to use 2 here. So let's get going. Feet width apart. Go down your shins, squeeze, pull up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now when I go into my next round, I'm going to go into a sumo stance, so that wide stance, toes out. So again, I'm going to get a lot more of my groin involved here, a lot less of my glutes, still about the same amount of hamstrings as the standard ones. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last round, I'm going to do the narrow stance, keeping my knees together as best as I can. So hands are going to be on the outside of my legs when I do this. I want to show you a side profile just so you can see my back. I definitely have a hard time keeping my back flat on these ones, so it's something that I need to be very mindful of, and you will as well. So getting ready in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So feet together. 2, 3, 4. You notice I'm giving a little bit of knee bend because I don't have the hamstring flexibility to do this without. 8, 9, 10. Good. So we're going to do chest press next. You can do this from the floor if you don't have a bench, but if you do have a bench like me, I would suggest using it. So we're going to do 3 different grips again, just like everything else. So we're going to do a standard, then we're going to go elbows tucked, and then we're going to have our palms up like this. So it looks like a bicep curl, except you're doing a chest press like that. So just working on the internal rotation there. So let's get going into our standard neutral chest press first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Just tying my shoes. I got untied here. So now that we have our elbows tucked, we're going to work our triceps a lot more here, work our shoulders a lot less, and our chest will work a little bit less as well. And it's a lot easier in your external rotator cuff. So if you have a rotator cuff problems, this is a good variation for you. So let's get going. Drop back, tuck the elbows, press up. So the dumbbells face each other from the side profile, if you can see that on mine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you heard me tell the story a couple weeks ago, I fell running and sprained my wrist pretty good. And I still can't do push-ups, so I still have a problem with this. And so when I was doing the standard bench press, it still bugged my wrist like that. But as soon as I came in like this, a lot stronger position on my wrist, I didn't feel any pain there. So if you have wrist problems, it's a good variation there as well. So now we're going to go into that supinated grip. So your knuckles are facing your forehead. So let's get going. And you'll notice this one is a lot harder. Your internal rotator cuff is probably fairly weak unless you're a baseball player. And it's harder on the wrist. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're going to go into calf raises next. I'm just going to get my bench out of the way. So for this one, standard, feet width apart to start, okay? So grab your dumbbells or a heavy dumbbell or heavy weight, wherever you have available, and we'll get up onto our toes. Control on the way down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So for round 2, we're going to have our heels together and our toes out like that. And so this is just going to work on the interior part of your calf. And then for round 3, this is going to feel real awkward, is your toes are going to point and touch each other. And you're going to come up like that. And that's going to work the lateral part. It's very awkward. So heels together, toes pointed out, roughly on a 45. Up, pause, back down. Up, pause, back down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So we got one more round here. We're going to have our toes pointed together. And then we're going to go up like that. Get ready and go. So toes pointed together. Take your time through your reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. You can put your weights away. And you're going to grab your weights for bicep curls next. And so for bicep curls, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go just a standard one. So palms facing up. And then you're going to switch to thumbs facing up. and then you're going to switch to palms facing down. So let's get going. So palms facing up, curl, back down, curl, back down. Exhale, inhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab a drink of water if you need it. You can shake out your arms a little bit. Lots of extra time for the bicep curls. So we're actually going to have some time at the end of this workout. And so what I wanted to do is just give us a little bit of ab work. We've been really focusing on these dumbbell workouts with the upper or lower. So we'll get into a little bit of abs just to work on our core at the end here. So hammer curl next. So thumbs are pointed up, keeping the elbows glued to the side at all times. So you see here, my elbows don't move. It's just hinging out my elbow. And if I get my abs involved, I shouldn't really be rocking too much with my upper body either. Obviously, the heavier the weight, the more you're kind of counterbalancing, so you're going to have a little bit of wobble, and that's okay. But try and keep your abs flexed. And if you really have a hard time, you can go into a bit of a staggered stance like this. And that just kind of helps keep things a little bit more smooth. So for our last round, palms down, elbows tucked against the body still, and you're going to come up like that. So for these ones, we're just working on different parts or aspects of the biceps. So this one is really going to work on the short head of the biceps. So biceps is called biceps because there's two heads, a short head and a long head. And this one's going to focus on the short head and some of the wrist flexors as well. Good. So once you're done, grab a drink and find yourself on a mat. So we're just going to start in a low plank. So let's get down on our forearms, hands clasped together, feet hip width apart, and we're just going to hold. So nice static hold here. If you need to take a break, just come down, and as soon as you can, come back up. Trying to make a straight line from your heels all the way to your head. And relax. You can sit back if you want. We're going to go into a side plank next. So from your elbows, elbow underneath your shoulder, and come up. Hand on your hip. Try and look straight ahead. If you look down, you tend to curl your body. And I really want you to focus on squeezing your hips. So try and flex your glutes. And that's going to keep everything tight through your core there. Again, because we sit a lot, we tend to want to be in a hip flexion position. And that affects our abs. And down. And we're just going to switch sides here. 3, 2, 1, go. So really focus on keeping straight. Another good marker is if you can have your hand pointed straight up to the sky like that. That kind of tells you whether you're rotated forward or over-rotated back, which isn't very common, but some people do it. So try and squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. Another 5 seconds. And down. Next, we're going to do a bird dog. So we're going to be in a quadruped stance like this. And we're just going to hold one leg out and opposite arm. So knees are underneath my hips here, hands underneath my shoulders, and I'm going to extend straight line between my legs to my hands. So a lot of people stay too low with the legs, so really try and get it up. Really try and get your shoulder up. Really reach forward, squeeze, hold, stay in control. Another 5 seconds. And down. You can just kind of shake out if you need to. Then we're going to repeat the same thing on the opposite side. In 3, 2, 1, go. So extend out. Good. And hold. Really keep everything high. Keep everything straight. Try and push your heel into the wall behind you. Keep holding, keep pushing, keep in control. And down. Good job, everyone. We're going to do a shoulder tap next. So push up position, in control, come to the one side, switch sides, go to the opposite side. Feet about hip width apart when we do this. And go, so nice and control, one side and the other. Try not to let your hips sway whatsoever. Try and go nice and slow. The slower you can go here, the harder it is. So faster is actually easier. So if you are getting tired or having a hard time, then just speed up. And relax. We're going to do 2 more exercises. Actually, one last one. We're going to do a dead dog. So, legs up like this, nice and straight. Arms up, opposite arm, opposite leg. Come back up, switch sides. So same thing here. Slower is actually harder. If you're really fatiguing, bend your knees. So bending the knee makes it a lot easier. You're just using physics to help yourself. Good. Last rep and relax. Good job, everyone. So we're going to go into a cool down now. So we're going to start with a quad stretch. So standing upright, grab your foot, pull it in, nice and tall. Shake out, let's switch sides. Breathe. And relax. Next one's a groin stretch. So we're gonna, nice wide stance, lean to one side. Feel the stretch in that straight leg. Breathe. Switch side. Good job, everyone. Keep it up. Good. Let's get on the ground in a T position. So lying on our backs. Position like this. Bend your knee. Come over top. Grab your right knee with your left hand. Pull towards the ground. Look towards your right shoulder. And unwind. Bend your left knee over top. Grab with your right hand. Pull towards the ground. Look towards your left shoulder. Good. We got 2 more. So we're going to do a downward dog next. So push up position. Hike your hips up and back. Bend your knees if you need to because you have tight hamstrings like me. Try and keep your back nice and flat. Press your heels into the ground. Good. And we'll finish with the tricep stretch. So elbow over top, grab, pull towards yourself. Shake out, switch sides, and I lied. I skipped the piriformis stretch, so we're going to come back to that one to finish. So let's flip onto our backs again. Right ankle over your right knee or left knee. Grab between your leg, pull towards. Feel the stretch in your right hip. And untwist yourself, left ankle over right knee. Grab underneath your right leg, pull towards. And relax. So thanks for joining this week for the variable grip and stance dumbbell workout. Next week we'll do some more variable exercises. So just giving you guys some options and trying to teach you why you would do them or why you would incorporate them into your workout. So enjoy your week, have a good one, and see you next time.